Lesson 20. Knowledge of the Holy Quran agrees with the pure nature of human spirit. Part 1. The Almighty God orders the human to contemplate the universe and to think about its wonders in order to glorify its creation and to know the grandeur of its Creator who organizes its movements and keeps its presence. Therefore, the human must submit to the Holy Quran orders, which agree with the organizing of the systems of the universe. If people apply these holy verses, they assure their happiness, as the verses, were sent down for the human goodness through all fields and sides of a man's life, in addition to the life to come, such as the healthy, social, financial, assuring his rights, and many other sides, like the spiritual happiness, without any sorrow or affliction. Actually, as the universe is complete in an organized unit, the Almighty God's words are complete with an organized regulation. Alternatively, we admit that the Almighty God's regulation assures the happiness for all the creatures, whatever they are, individuals or groups, men or women, old or young. It assures that the one who submits to it will live in happiness in the worldly life in every time or place, during the old ages or the contemporary ones. Therefore, the human should contemplate the holy verses and search through them, seeking the truth, where his spirit will be pleased and comforted after finding what it desires. Then it will attain the true belief based on facts, away from any doubts. If the spirit recognizes or minds the Almighty God's order by witnessing its realities, it will have a true belief, because the one who has it in mind also has no religion. Therefore, the people vary in their ranks of religion according to their minds, perceiving and grasping the divine truth. To explain the side in details, we say, if we consider the Holy Quran through its order of allowing man to eat the good, pure meat, and its order of forbidding blood, dead animal, pig meat, and what has been slaughtered not for God's satisfaction, and what has been slaughtered without mentioning Allah's name over animal while slaughtering it, otherwise its order of ablution, the whole body washing, cleaning dirtiness, abandoning wife in the time of her monthly period, and many other orders, like those who keep your health. So if we think about this side and consider its relation to the Holy Quran, we will notice that it is sufficient in that side, as it illustrates and explains in details all items of this side or any other side in this life. Also, if we think about its orders, which organize the economical side of the society, we find that it has specific basics to ensure the personal liberty to man in managing his lawful work and having all its production. Therefore, he will increase his efforts to get all the beneficial fruits. Besides that, he is ordered to give charity, which helps the needy and the unemployed, in order to activate the economical, humane life in the society. Thus, if the charity supports the free work and encourages the debt, which is free from any interest, even if it is small, seeking God's satisfaction, because the interest always brings poorness, misery, and spreads the neediness and hostility and hate in all social classes, then if you look at the basics which are established by the Holy Quran, which deals with the creditor and the indebted, you will see the Holy Quran keeps the rights of both through its orders of documenting the habit, the debt, the time of payment, the type of the money, the witnesses and their number, or taking a pledge if there was no one to write the debt, and so many other details in the last of Fortress al-Baqarah, Fortress the Cow, which assure the rights of both sides. All that will make you acquaint the Holy Quran as being the complete constitution, which is full of perfection in every issue. Actually, the Holy Quran never abandons any social field, matter, or issue without taking care of and focusing on it, reporting the advantages or disadvantages of it, urging man to do or warning him and advising not to do, organizing the life to be full of happiness and based upon a very precise system, starting with the smallest part of the society, which is the person and the family, and widening its treating to overwhelm the greatest part, which is the human society and nation. As indicated before that, the individual is a part of the family where he has rights and must perform duties. The father is a guardian for his family and responsible of it. The mother is the guardian of her children, and also the sons have rights and must do duties towards their parents, whom the Almighty God ordered sons and daughters to take care of and deal with their parents kindly and with mercy, asking God to recompense them for their advanced favors, efforts, and goodness in order to raise and upbring us. The family itself has, through the Holy Quran, many laws and regulations for every individual of it, as the wife has rights and must do duties to her husband. The husband has rights, and he must guarantee her rights in order that the whole family lives in happiness. So we see that the Holy Quran preserves all their relationship and gathers all the family's individuals in an intimacy and devotion binder from the first step of establishing it to the last one of its existence. The Holy Quran includes some verses about the women engagement, the marriageable women, and the unmarriageable ones, the marriage contract, which is established to keep marriage to be eternal without an ending date, declaring that the terminated temporary marriage is not legal and is like adultery, the payment dowry paid to the bride, good treating, and there are many verses relating to other issues such as regulating the widow life after her husband's death and the rules of the period in which she can't get married, and regulating the she divorcee if she is of a monthly period or if she is an old woman who has a monthly period. The Holy Quran makes a time for her to stay at home without seeing people or going out except in very necessary cases, also specifies the home that she must live in. It also mentions the state of disciplining the termagant woman and how the Husband must discipline his wife gradually, step by step, and find the solution. If the family couldn't continue anymore, with the disadvantage of continuing will increase in the family. That's what we call divorce. In that forcible state, the divorce has progression stages and principles to be done, including a special jury who tries to reclaim the relation between wife and husband and never ends or finishes except passing in all its stages. There are some verses talking about the payment for the she divorcee and other orders to give the heritage for the widow and how the heiress must give her all of her rights. Another way, it talks about nursing, which guarantees the rights of the child and the mother benefits. In addition to many other verses which clarify the evidence of the Quran by the society in order to establish its staple pilings and keep it away from depravity and destruction. Moreover, it goes beyond the family boundaries to strengthen the human relations with relatives, neighbors, and near friends. Thus, it orders us to give charity to the orphans, needy ones, and the one who is a wayfarer. Actually, the Holy Quran makes man and sons in the high ranks of humanity when it considers him or her as an individual, general, humane society. Therefore, all the humankind are relatives, as they were one family from one father and one mother, Adam and Eve, so they are sisters and brothers. When the Almighty God created them in nations to know each other, that the strong believer could help the others and guide them in the way of knowing Allah the Almighty. So the righteous human who has known the straight path must treat all the humankind with goodness and charity. Even if they were his enemies, he must deal with them humanly, especially when they are under his control. The Almighty God says, repel the evil one, with which is better than verily he between whom and you there was enmity, as though he was a close friend, where the human will aspire kindly in his manners and morals towards his enemy. But none is granted it except those who are patient, and none is granted it except the owner of the great portion. The Holy Quran, Fortress 41, Fusilat explained, verses 34 to 35. It means that the one who deals with his enemy with a great wisdom and the one who has a great fortune must stand wisely towards his enemy, treating him with wisdom according to Allah's orders. But honor, power, and glory belong to Allah, his messengers, and to the believers. The Holy Quran, Fortress 63, Munafiqun, the hypocrites, verse 8. In order them to be brave, if they have been outraged, then whosoever transgress the prohibition against you, you transgress likewise against him. Holy Quran, Fortress 2, Al-Baqarah, the Cow, verse 194. And finally, it rises him to a higher rank of charity and forgiveness. The recompense for an evil is an evil like thereof, but whoever forgives and makes reconciliation, his reward is due from Allah. And verily, whosoever shows patience and forgives, that would truly be from the things recommended by Allah. The Holy Quran, Fortress 42, Ashura, Consultation, verses 40 to 43.